Hi, Sharon. All right, can you guys hear me? First test. Did I put the audio on? You guys hear me? Okay, good. Yep. Okay, good. We're good then. All right, I should actually really link this on the stream, so just give me 1 sec. I've been so busy today, guys, that just been crazy. But let me just retweet this live now. All right, let's get this party started. All right, so let's talk about ES first. Let me put this thing over here. Let's talk about ES first, because what I do, guys, is I day trade ES every single day, and I have my swing trades that I put in on the weekends, and I have basically two different things going on. I have swings, and then I have day trades. The day trades, I want to turn my money over quickly within the first hour and a half of the day, and then after that, I want to stay cash in my day trading account. And then I let my swings do their own thing. So that's a way of diversifying. And I really think as I progressed in my trading career, I really feel like it's more important to have multiple opportunities, whether it's swing or day, because sometimes the day trading is going to be better than the swing trading. Sometimes swing trading is going to be better than day trading, right? So ES is my bread and butter. I will never stop trading ES every single day. S&P 500 SPY. It's so mechanical. It's such a beautiful thing to trade. All right. So let's talk about what's going on right now. So I have the prior week's range drawn. This range is huge. So let's go from the bottom to the top. We have 120 points. Just make sure I did that right. Yep. So we have 120 points. And right now we opened with a little gap up. Okay, so you can see the close was here and then we gapped up. So there are a few trap shorts in this zone, and that's why we're having this pop up here. So if you are very bullish and you believe that we're going to break through all-time highs, you can get long anywhere here and just put your stop loss below this close or below this wick down here. So that's an actionable setup. If you want to go short, we have the opposing fib like this, and we're actually coming up against the 786, the 886 soon. So you can also take limit orders here with stops above these swing highs as another potential opportunity. If we break down, really, we have so much support below us that there will be bulls buying the dip, as we go down, right? So these are the fibs here. So coming back to this 382 is a major area of support. The 50 is always strong, and the 618 is always strong. So there's many ways that can play out, and it really depends on your bias, what you're thinking about for the week. All right, so we have the opposing, right? We have the main gap and go play, and then we also have potential for if we do retrace, we have the 382 right here and the 50 right here. So we have support through there. Let's look at NQ quickly and see if NQ is doing anything different. So yep, so NQ is right up against highs. So let's just draw that high right there, and then I'll fix it when we go on the lower time frame here. So here it is, right? So NQ has finally really started picking up again. NQ was kind of lagging behind the ES for a little bit, but you can see here that NQ was already off to a new high, right? So with NQ, the same thing. You can just play this gap and go play right here. You get long anywhere, put your stop down here below this closing bar and just let it ride, right? Just make sure that you are using good stop losses and good trade management. So don't go in with more than you can handle. So if you want to risk $100, risk $100. If you want to risk $1,000, risk $1,000, but don't risk your whole account. Okay. And then the last thing we can do here is we can draw this extension. So we have the 10% right here and the 272 right here, right? So these are going to be major areas of potential reversals as well. So just keep an eye on those as we go. All right. So that's ES and NQ. So what we're going to do now is we're going to get into the chart requests, and we're going to look at all of those. And I'm going to talk about the open swings that I have right now. So let's talk about the open swings and how they did. And all right, so we have that all here. So let me go to my other browser. Where is it? Here. Okay. So let's talk about MU. So MU, if you guys remember, I got an MU back here, back when we had this initial push, and I was able to get out for 4R this week. So I actually hit 4R this week. It actually pushed up all the way to about 5-ish, 5 point something, but I wasn't quick enough to get out, so I just settled for 4R. So I finally closed this position and I made 4 times my money. So very, very happy about that. The next setup I took on MU was this inside bar here. And now I'm just kind of at break even right now. So we did push and then we pulled back down. So I don't know how it's going to play out here, but I already made 4 times on the first play. So if I lose here, or it won't bother me. And I can also move my stop loss up, and I'm going to take a look next week to see how that goes. Okay. Johnson & Johnson, very close to hitting my 4R target. And, I already hit 1 time, 2 times, 3 times my money on Johnson & Johnson, and I just going to keep holding this until I get to my targets. I really feel comfortable with this play. Zoom. So Zoom, we actually hit 1-to-1, and we actually had another inside week setup here on Zoom. So I'm just sitting in this position right now, just hanging out. I could put my stop loss to break even right now because I'm already up well. So I'm gonna see how we open on Monday and figure that out. WDC, this is the only short that I have on. So initially when I took the short, it was working out really well, and I thought we were gonna hit 1-to-1, but we didn't. Instead, it reversed, and it came all the way back up here, and I thought I was gonna get stopped out, and then it sold off really hard. So I'm actually pretty confident now that I'm gonna hit targets because this looks like a bull trap here. So hopefully this short works out, and this short will be like a hedge for me against anything that if the market does tank, I'm hoping that this will tank as well. So if I can make some money here, this will be my hedge. Disney. So Disney actually hit 1-to-1. So we had a double inside bar. I called this out a very long time ago. We hit 1-to-1 and then it rolled over. But my stop, I kept my stop right where I had it initially, and I'm still live. So thank God I'm still alive. So hopefully we gap up, something gets going, and then we get saved. Otherwise, I was very close to getting stopped out, but I didn't. ATVI, so I gave this one to you guys last week. We had the inside hammer. Very beautiful play. It already hit 1-to-1. So that's a winner. Personally, for me, I'm scaling out here, and I'm going to see because I see that there is no resistance above, right? So when there's no resistance above, we can go to the moon. And I'm hoping that I can take that ride. Apple, same thing, guys. Already hit 1-to-1. 2-to-1 was already hit there as well. And I just love Apple so much because look at the power in that candle. So beautiful. So I took this long right above this short bar, right? So look at this bar, right? Let's look at this bar. Okay. So that's how it looked last week. And most people are looking at that and saying that's bearish. But what I'm doing is I had to see that trend line I had drawn. And I also knew that, okay, if we do break this bar, what is likely to happen? This is how I pick those plays and those setups. I always say, if we do break that bar, what's going to happen? And then I was like, well, if we break that bar, we're probably going to squeeze. And there it is. Very, very beautiful squeeze. So still holding some of Apple to see if I can get more. Microsoft, same exact play as Apple. So we could draw another trend line here. Like that. So, trend lines don't have to be perfect, but they have to have at least 2 touches, right? So we had 2 touches here, this area here, and then again, the same exact play, Microsoft hit targets as well, okay? And I'm still holding a piece just to see what we can get, right? I always hold a piece. I always scale up, right? Always scale up. So as you guys know, who are joining me today, that I'm doing a private Twitter feed now for these entries and exit and targets and live calls and all that for the swing trades only. Because my channel was primarily a futures trading channel. And then it became swing trading, it became stocks, it became so much stuff. And there's just too much happening. I need to separate it out. And the swing trading has been very profitable. And with all the work that I've been putting in, I think it's time that I can do something like that because it's taking like 75% of my life goes towards trading wars at this point. And, I started off just wanting to help people, but it's become something where like it's consuming my life. And I think it's fair that I get some compensation for it because I've been helping people for free, giving them calls. Many people have been messaging me, telling me they took GameStop, they took Microsoft, they took Activision Blizzard. So I'm hoping that you guys see the value that I'm giving and that you guys can support me. All right. So basically in that private feed, I'm going to have private YouTube videos breaking things down. I'm giving the scanner there. So anybody that wants a scanner in the private feed, you can have the scanner for yourself. And what I'm doing there is every weekend, I'm posting the entry, exit, and stop, because this is how I do my swings. I get in the order on my phone on the weekend. So during the week, it either executes me or it doesn't. And then if it executes me, I already have the stop loss and the target. So I'm already protected, right? And this is really something I want to do more of in the future, because eventually I want to travel and do more things when COVID is done. And this is going to give me the freedom to be able to do that. All right. So those are the open positions that I have right now. And most of them have already hit targets. So let's get to your stock request now. And let's see, and let me get some charting done for you guys. So personally, if I were to play any of these weak companies, I would be looking to basically be shorting be either shorting or going long, just bracketing the candle. Whichever thing happens first, that's what I'll take. If it breaks down, I'll go short. If it breaks up, I'll go above. Keep it very simple. But the inside bars are there and very, very good setups. So, take your chances and just manage your risk. So Disney, I showed you guys that one. What's going on with that? Let's look at Shop. Oh, how come I didn't see this? I'm not sure. I didn't see Shop before, but Shop, same thing. I really like this. There is a nice hammer here. There's a lot of traps for the shorts. So I believe if we can get above here, that we'll at least be able to get a little squeeze. And then if we can take this wick out, then look out. So Shop looks really good. You see the difference here, guys? The difference is the wheat stocks are in a downtrend, right? So I'm not really wanting to bet my money on the long side. But if I have a stock like this where there's no ceiling, then I'm willing to. And as you can see, the initial callouts on Shop were a long time ago, where we had this 886 held, right? So I did this for you guys a long time ago, before the stock talks. We touched the 886, and then we had this nice, powerful green bar. And then from there, we just shot straight up. So very, very good with Shop. So again, I will be looking to play this inside bar to the upside. So very good catch, very good call out, Sky Zone. And then let's look at pins. Same thing with pins. There's no ceiling above, and we have a nice short trap here. So if we can squeeze through, we should at least get a little pop. Don't know how far it'll go, but sometimes these pops and these squeezes are very, very powerful. Like look over here, this last inside bar. See, we had a nice push, right? And that's going to get you 1-to-1, right? So if you're using options, whatever you're using, you're going to get 1-to-1 there, and that's good enough. That's good enough to make money. We don't have to be greedy when we trade. What is this? STS? What is that? So just never heard of it. Nice. This Sky Zone loves to give me inside bar plays. Very good. Same thing. I really like this one too, because we're hugging the mid Bollinger Band. So definitely be looking for this guy to go to the upside. So thank you very much. Do you see an upside for skis on the double inside bar? Okay, I'm going to get there right after I finish this one. VMC. Yeah, so this guy here definitely would like to see a pull back to the mid band, just because there is some selling. But just like with the inside bar setups, if we do start squeezing, these wicks can get blown through, right? Like look at this example. This is a notable wick right here, right? There was shorts here. And when we squeeze it hard, because we're on a weekly time frame, right? So it means something as well on a higher time frame. But personally, there's no inside bar setup, so I don't see an entry potential for my trading. But if we want to do the Fibonacci, we can take the Fibonacci from this swing low up here, and then we can look at the 50 and the 618 to be major levels of support, and we can put our stop loss right below this long bar wick right here. So our setup will look like this, something like this. Could do that. Okay, so you put a limit order. So that's a good one. We'll follow up and see how that one plays out. ACN of this to the upside here, Accenture. I actually did take Accenture a long time ago, I believe, with this double inside bar. That's why this order was here, and it popped and this came back down. But we have another setup here. So we could definitely take that play here to the upside again for a nice potential 1-to-1. So that's looking pretty good. I really like that as well. XEL and VEEV. XEL, another inside, XL energy, and this one is sitting on a fib. Let's see what it is. 382. So we're hugging around the 382. So we have a confluence there. It's going to be a very tight trade because you see how small this bar is, right? So if you're playing strictly off the inside bar, it'll be very, very tight. But you can also go long on the inside bar, put a stop below this hammer, and see if that can work as well. So very good sky zone or sky ozone. I really like the setups that you send me. Appreciate that. Yeah, this one looks pretty good. It looks kind of messy though. But look at these inside bars in the past, right? Boom, 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 and then we just started going flat. So I kind of get scared when we're going flat. But by time the third or fourth attempt, like over here, this can definitely be the time where we actually work, right? So that looks like there's a lot of potential there as well. So guys, when you want to take inside bars, you bracket the bar. Very simple. Bracket the bar. That's it. I have my own special way of bracketing the bar. I use a few different things, but I can't share that now because obviously it's going to be for the students that are paying me for the private fee. But you can just simply bracket the bar. All right. So SKIZ. Oh, SKIZ. I don't see anything with that. Is it? Oh, it's this one, isn't it? SKLZ maybe? What time frame did you see that? Oh, here, yeah. That's a double inside bar on the daily. Yeah, definitely. So whenever I look for inside bars on the daily, I'm not actually swing trading them, I'm day trading them. Because the daily inside bars are not as reliable as the weekly because the volume is a little bit less. So how we could trade this, right? So this is a little freebie I'm going to give you guys here. Is what we can do is we can go to 5-minute chart. Okay, let's go to 15 so it's cleaner. So where was the open? Was here, right? So the high of the previous day, which is Friday, was here. And then the low is down here. Okay. So we have this very tight range. So this is a range here. So what I'll be looking for on this is when are we going to gap up above this range or gap down below this range? That's what causes force and volume because someone's going to get stopped out. And when they get stopped out, as a day trader, you want to come in there and make money, right? So, but if it opens here or here, I don't care. I want a gap, okay? When we day trading, we want gaps. We want power, okay? Fubo. Yep, so Fubo is in the private room. I have the entry, exit, and stop for that. So pretty much right there, boys. That's what I'm looking for. You know, Fubo can get going. That's why I don't mind taking stocks that can get going. If you can get going, I'm gonna take you for a ride, right? Because I want to see movement. I don't want to see chop. Even if I lose, it's okay. But give me the movement so we can get in and out, and then we can reset. We can take profits. We can scale out. We can do whatever, right? And look at T-Doc. Look how beautiful this inside bar was last week. Do you guys see that? This is why I love trading inside bars. It's so simple. We see inside bar, we trade it. Okay. So look how beautiful this inside bar was last week. You already hit 1-to-1 on that for sure. And we're already at 1.5. Okay. And there looks like there's a lot more to go. There's no resistance above. So look how beautiful that inside bar was on the weekly. It was just waiting for you to trade it. It was looking for people to trade it. And I don't know why I didn't trade it. That's the question. I was in so many other positions, but I was not in T-Doc. So, but hey, congratulations for those who took this one. Very, very simple play. I'm sure we must have talked about this last week on the live stream because people talk to me about T-Doc all the time. So congratulations for those people who have won that trade. PLTR and Zoom. PLTR, look at that, right? So I had this flag pattern drawn back when we were day trading this one, right? Because PLTR showed up as a day trade for me many times because it showed up on the scanner and there was a lot of day trades. And this was the plan right here that eventually we're going to just squeeze because We had the flag, we had a tight, you see we had higher lows and lower highs, and we had this kind of um, it's like a consolidation, a tight consolidation. But when we broke to the upside and we retested. So we broke and we retested, and then boom, once we got above this wick, it was over. So very beautiful, and I know a few people in that. Congratulations on that. Zoom, we already looked at that one. So we'll move on for them. QQQQ and IWM. So there were inside weeks, I believe. Yeah, see, there was an inside week. Look at that. Man, the inside bars have been killing it lately. And, you know, I don't know how long more they're going to last, but I don't care because I always have a good risk to reward. So it is what it is. If it's going to work or not, um, you know. But here on QQQ, that's already 1-to-1. So we had an inside bar last week, and I did not take this or ES. And SPY also had a weekly inside bar, and I regret it now. I just have so many positions on. I had like 10 or 15 different ones. They all worked out, so it wasn't bad, right? Patricio for the scanner, I use the one in Thinkorswim, and that scanner is I'm giving it to everyone who would sign up for the private room. You guys are gonna get that for free. The scanner is gonna give you 1,000 different results. So the scanner is not gonna find what I find. The scanner gives 1,000 results literally. I go through that and I pick my top picks based on where I see the potential for short squeezes and for bull squeezes. So it takes a lot of work to go through it, but it's been paying off so far. So I can't complain. If you're putting in work and you're making money, it's a good feeling, right? So IWM, I don't see anything that I'm interested in on IWM. I don't like buying stocks when they're vertical, but we can keep going like this forever. It doesn't matter. It does not matter. One thing you'll know is Bollinger Bands. When this is called a Bollinger Band squeeze. We are outside the Bollinger Band. We're just squeezing, right? And those are very, very powerful. Very, very powerful. Because why? Because shorts keep trying to short every time, and then they just get taken out. But I need a pattern. I need a systematic entry. So it must be an inside bar or a Fibonacci. Otherwise, I don't take it. Because if not, right, let's say I don't have a system that I follow. Let's say I don't take inside bars or whatever. I just look at things and I say, oh, flag this. Or I can draw a wave like this, A, B, C, D, E. I can do so many things, but it's not going to keep me consistent, right? I want to be consistent, and I want simplicity, and I want mechanical, because I can put the trade in on the weekend and disappear. That's what I want to do at the end of the day. Trading should be a way of freedom. It shouldn't be a way to enslave you, okay? Let's go. So let's go on to Gogo. Yeah, so there looks like a potential short squeeze here. The only problem with this is this stock is in a downtrend, so I'm kind of skeptical to be going long, even though it looks really nice here with these wicks. So this could be one where you bracket both sides and see what you get, right? See what you can get out of that. Zoom, we talked about that. PLTR, we talked about that. CCIB. So nothing here for me. I don't see any setups that I like. We're just going up vertically. If you like a company, let's say Churchill Capital Corp is the one that is you're going to be your Tesla and you just believe in it. What you can do, guys, is you can just buy every dip and just put your stop loss below these big bullish bars, because a big bullish bar should not go. It should not. If a stock is going to continue to squeeze higher, let's look at Tesla. The big bar should not go, right? So when we had these big bull bars, you see how these big bull bars, they don't get tested, they don't get taken out. So when you see a big bull bar, you can just buy and put your stop loss below there if you want to hold something for like an investment or something, right? So since we're on Tesla, you guys know there's a double inside week. So I have that set up in the private feed, what I'm going to do, but you guys can, just bracket it whatever direction you guys feel. In the YouTube video, the one that I posted for free, I talked about ways you could play it. But the last time I played Tesla for an inside bar was this hammer, and I got 4 times my money. And even if I lose the next one, I'm still okay. So, but I never doubt Tesla. If it wants to go, it wants to go. I'll be there. So I don't. The one thing I've learned in my trading career is don't doubt how high things can go, because calling a top is very hard, very, very hard. So I try not to do that. So FSR, we looked at this one last time. This thing is still hugging the 618. It's pretty crazy at this point. Like, can something happen here? Like this type of stuff gives me anxiety when I see this. It's just going sideways all day long. It's just so annoying. But hey, if we can get back above here, 1616, then I could see us moving over and getting a little bit of cushion there and start rolling. Snap. So Snap is one that I called out in the private feed there. I have the entry exits there, but same concept. I like this long, so we can see if we can squeeze that wick. AMD, nothing interesting me really on AMD. You know, it is what it is with AMD. There is a big short here. So if we can squeeze through these levels and we squeeze through this high, there could be a nice little pop. But I don't see anything that I'm too interested in. We do have the fibs here, but if you wanted to take this fib, you should be in it already from the 50, and your stop should be down here by the 886. So right now we're too far from the 50 for me to get a good risk to reward. So I wouldn't be looking for anything now. NIO. So yeah, so this is another one that's in my private feed there. I also pointed this one out on YouTube. So I like it because of the fact that there's a bear bar, right? And if we can break through here, and then what's likely to happen? Well, it's either we're going to squeeze or we're going to fake. We're going to push and then turn back. And if we do squeeze, I'll be there. So, trading is about putting yourself in the right spots and being ready for when things happen. Like I was ready last week for Activision Blizzard, for Microsoft, for Apple. When they squeezed, I was there, and I was there since the weekend. My order was already in, right? So beyond meat, there's a nice inside bar here, and we have this big bull bar. Definitely looks pretty decent. The thing that I don't like about Beyond is I'm confused. What is this thing doing? Is it an uptrend or a downtrend? It looks more like a range, really. So I'm not really too interested in it. There's no clear path of least resistance. Bitcoin. Okay. Why do we do Bitcoin? Let's see. Bitcoin futures. Let's do that. Holy crap. What did I do here? Yeah, so showing you guys here all of the different inside bar potential plays. If you take in Bitcoin, you could have made a few bucks, right? So especially back when this thing was starting to get going, there were a lot of inside bar hints like over here that this thing wanted to take off, and it did. Right now, the bigger picture on Bitcoin is, let me take this right here, right? And we can do two things. We can start the fib from the gap, or we can pull it all the way back down to the last swing low, which is here. So what I'm seeing is definitely Bitcoin is sitting on a lot of support here. 786 is there. That's why we had that big pop. But this stuff needs to hold. If this 786 and these areas can't hold, we're likely going to break this low. Likely. Not absolute, but likely. And if we break that, we're going to fill this gap. And then from there, we might find some more support. So, it's what you want. If you want to take a 618 right here and put your stop below the 886, you can try that. And give it a shot. But definitely, if I was trading Bitcoin and watching it every single day, I would have already had a limit order on the 786 waiting. So that's how you take good plays. You put your orders out and you wait. You predict. When I take trades, I predict. I don't wait for after the price action occurs for me to get in. I anticipate the price action. That's how you become a professional trader. You anticipate when we get here, what we're going to do. When we get there, what we're going to do. Because when you anticipate, you get better risk to reward because you can get in right at the bottom. So anybody that got in on the 786 here, let's say the stop was below the swing low or the 886, they already made 1-to-1, almost 1.5 to 1. So the rest of this trade is just icing on the cake. All right. CCSR. What is this one? CCSR? No. Okay. I don't see that one. So comment in there if I'm using a wrong ticker, if anybody can help me out with what that's about. BB. BlackBerry. A nice breakout there on the weekly. But for me, I'm not interested again because this thing has been in a big downtrend, and I don't like playing that. I really don't. I'll take it from a day trade, but I would not want to swing it. Like GameStop was the same thing. It was ugly on the weekly chart, right? So let's go to GameStop. On the weekly stop, GameStop has been getting shit on, right? But when I looked at it on the daily chart, when it showed up on my scanner, this was when it showed up, when we had that inside bar there, okay? It showed up on the scanner back, sorry, not that one, I'm sorry, this one here. It showed up twice, but the first time was the most powerful. So look at this. Before all of this happened, GameStop had gapped up, and there was the inside bar close around 19 bucks. And why I was interested is because we had this previous resistance here, and this resistance was in danger of going, right? So the actual trade, what we did that day, let me go back to the 5 minutes, see if I can find it. Back here, yep. So I still have the setup and everything. So this is how we played it that day is, okay, so when we opened, the first 5 minute bar just broke through the high completely of the inside day. So all you had to do here was just take the opening range breakout. So you guys know the opening range breakout. It's a free strategy I have on YouTube, so you can use that. So opening range breakout works well when we have momentum, and it's clear that we had momentum on this day. We broke through that inside day close, and I just did not think this thing would go where it went. But hey, I was in for some of that, right? And I will take what I can, right? I don't think anybody predicted it was going to go like this. But do you guys see how the setups start from the same patterns that I'm always looking for? They start from inside bars. They start from Fibonacci. Those must happen first for the trade to be valid. I'm not going to be chasing GameStop anywhere here. If I get another inside bar, then yes, then I can play it. But I have to keep things technical. I have to keep myself accountable to my trading. I can't just be jumping from things to things because people are talking about it on the news. That's how you lose money. And that's what I've learned in the long run. That's how I lose money. Yeah. So GMIA, this thing is new all-time high. So I'm going to be waiting to see if maybe we get an inside bar close for some interest. Or what you can do, like I said, is you can just buy the dips and put a stop loss below that swing right there. And because if this is a real breakout, this low will never be taken out for the next forever. Okay? So that's how you have to be thinking about it. Snap, Uber, Walmart, Cat, Tesla. So we did Snap, Tesla. So let's do Uber, Walmart, Cat. So Uber showed up on my scanner on the weekly, and I am looking for a swing right there with Uber. I like Uber, it doesn't matter for me with Uber. Some of these inside bars, if it's a good company, and I'll invest. I'll take my inside bar and make it an investment because I don't mind putting in a few bucks in some of these companies like PayPal. PayPal was the highlight for me for my investing this year. I took that inside bar right there, and I've just been holding it since, and I'm up basically 30% on PayPal, right? So the reason why is because I use PayPal every day. So my philosophy is if you use a company every day, you might as well be an investor because they're making money for me, right? So I'm investing in them. Walmart. Walmart pissed me off, man. Really did. We had a textbook play. We had 4 red candles in a row, pull back to the mid Bollinger Band. We had the inside bar, and we did get 1-to-1 on Walmart. We actually got more than one. We got 1.7-to-1. So it was a winner, but I just wanted more because I just felt that this was such a textbook pattern that was going to give us a lot more. Instead, what happened is we had an inside bar trap. So we broke out, we pulled back, but you still hit targets. So as long as you manage it properly, you still make money. So one person actually did DM me and said, hey, I took a Walmart play. I took some off, put my stop loss to break even. I said, and he made money. So, you can still make money, but you don't have to always go for home runs, right? And then what I see now is a fake out and another fake out. So if I combine this candle and this candle, what do we have? We have a big doji, right? So basically consolidating. Either one of these wicks go, if we go down, if we break below or we break above, I think we'll have some good movement at Walmart. So I'll be looking for that. Cat. Yeah, not really interested because I don't have an inside bar play or anything. So I wouldn't want to be buying at highs, but keep an eye on that coming up. Apple, Tesla, we talked about both of them. ENSG, what is this? ENSG. Okay, Nice inside bar here. That bar is already playing out. So we'll see how it goes from here. So that bar is already in play. It can either break down back or it can continue. So we'll have to see how that plays out. INO. Not interested. When we get all this chop, I don't want to be a part of that. Likely to just get chopped out. So there's no point. Cody, this thing is in a downtrend. So again, I'm not really interested in anything here. What I would say is if we draw a fib from this swing low here up here, we do have some support down here if you're interested in maybe adding something longer term on Cody. FEYE. So, and like these stocks have been beaten up. I don't like playing stocks that have been beaten up because there's still going to be shorts sitting somewhere. Big institutional shorts will be somewhere. So I don't want to be long. Personally, for this one, I would actually be looking to short it if we can break back below that inside bar. I think that would be a great play. I always look at the bigger picture. It keeps me alive. Fubu, and then we did that one at Kron. Kron is the same thing. All the wheat stocks have the same thing. They had a breakout and a week of consolidation. So, like I said, overall they've been in a downtrend. So it's kind of tough for me to play to the upside. But you can definitely just bracket the bar and take the plays that way. Okay. So I think I hit all the requests. And do you guys have any other requests in here that I missed? Snap, AMD, Uber, we did that. So I think we're good here. If there's any questions about anything, just let me know right now, whatever it is, day trading, risk management, whatever. I'm here to help you guys out. But if not, I appreciate your time joining me on a Sunday. I know it's late for people on the East Coast, and I really appreciate you guys. And I hope that you can take some of these plays and make some money. And if you believe in what I'm doing and my mechanical approach and how I keep things simple, please do support me with the private feed. DM me and I'll get you all set up on that. Okay. All right. So thank you very much and enjoy the rest of your night.